Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. You are locked into our channel, G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining us. We do this every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, our morning note, talking the markets and prepping you for the day. It is Monday, July 13th. Happy new week. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It's time to rock and roll. Let's talk about the markets. Dow futures up 188 points right now. NASDAQ futures flirting with 11,000, up 102 points, nearly up 1%. S&P futures 3,200, key level, key level. We'll talk about that in a second. And Russell 2000 index up about 0.89%, 1432 currently. VIX is actually green, pretty strange enough. Crude oil futures are down about 0.79% at 40.23 a barrel. Bitcoin futures up nearly 1%, 93.50. We've been talking about that 9,000 support. Gold futures are up as well, 0.5%. Very interesting. With the market up, gold is up to 18.11 an ounce. Silver futures up 2.6%. Precious metals still going on, 19 $19.55 on the futures market. And let's see here on bond yields. Get the bond yields going for you. CNBC.com up 28 basis points, 0.661%. And dollar yen for my Forex people is up 107.21, 0.29% to the upside. Dollar index down slightly, 96.53 on the index. And gasoline futures 126.61, down 1.7% currently. Let's talk about some headlines here. First thing I'm pretty sure everyone's going to ask about is Tesla. It's still going. Yes, it is. It's at 1649, up another $105 pre-market, new all-time high. I mean, we told you this. It's one of our top 10 stocks. It's a massive short squeeze. We explained it. I don't know more I could say. Where could it go? I mean, this thing could go to 2000. For all I know, it can go back to 1400 today. I mean, this thing is just a short squeeze. That's all it is. All the shorts that we're talking about Tesla and Elon Musk that had a short position are getting absolutely massacred. They're losing billions weekly on this stock. So very, very difficult to kind of project where it's going to go. As you know, I own shares. So does my team. And we've been playing call options on them. And it's been doing very well. So I mean, the probably question I'm going to get today is where's an entry point? 1439 is that previous break on that fib. I would love to see it 1500. 1439 I'd add. 1378 is your 100-day moving average. Your 200-day moving average is about 1195. I think anything below 1400 seems like a good buy, scale in. Um, if you own Tesla stock right now and you are up, I mean, I'm up on it now in my portfolio. Look at my phone. Tesla, I'm up about 190%, almost 200% on it. I don't need the money. So again, in regards to my investments, when I invest money, I don't need it right away. I don't need it to be liquid. So I just hold, buy and hold. That's how I think. So again, if you're up very nicely and you want to take some profits, do it. Don't feel the need to hold on forever. If you want the money and you want to reinvest in something else, that's totally okay. I don't think that's a bad thing. If you're the type of person that's thinking 5 years in advance, then hold it. And if you want to take some off the table, take some money, your hard-earned profits, go for it. If you want to buy yourself something just to that nice investment you did, man, I'm not against it at all. I'm not that guy who says save every penny you make and only go out on, when coupon day. That's not me. I'm not saying blow everything you got, but again, money's meant to be enjoyed too. If you're an investor and you're thinking long term and you have a goal, then stick with it. If you're the type of person where you hit your goal and you're like, man, you know what? It's gone really hot, really fast. Let me go and take a little profit off the table. That's totally okay. Don't feel that you're not a good investor because you take profits, because profits are not bad. You'll never go broke taking a profit. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of the headlines here. Citi recommending a pair trade of long Qualcomm and short Intel. There was a headline today of Marvell, which is a semiconductor company that was bought out. Analog Devices in a deal uniting two semiconductor makers. Maxim Integrated agreed to be acquired by Analog for 20.91 billion in stock. Analog will own 69% of the combined company. Maxim shareholders will own the remainder. Separately, Analog raises current quarter guidance thanks to strength in markets like industrial and communications. So, with that being said, you want to take a look at Nvidia and AMD. AMD, I'm still holding to those 60 calls that we played last week, and I'm in it. So I'm up on it. I think I'm up like 1%. We already made profit on it on the signal, but I'm still holding it. It's up right now almost about $1 pre-market. I own shares in that too. Nvidia looking very interesting, breaking out still going. I own shares in that as well. Just keep in mind AMD is a little cheaper on the option side. Nvidia tends to be a little more expensive. Some other ones here. Carnival, the cruise line operator, will cut 13 ships from its fleet, reducing capacity by 9%. CEO Arnold Donald said Carnival is aiming to emerge from the coronavirus pandemic as a leaner, more efficient operation. Also, I believe Stifel says CCL has a 50% upside in the stock, according to their analysis. Again, I'm not recommending any kind of cruise lines, but if you want to play a flyer, if you're looking 5 years and you want to invest in CCL, I think there's worse places you could be. I'm not against it. If you had to ask me today, instead of a sell rating, I'd probably go as a neutral rating, maybe nibble rating. That's where I'd be. I don't think I want to buy CCL. I'd rather be in the airlines. I only own one Delta, but CCL would not be a bad, again, upside play. When it comes to options, it's very volatile, so I don't play it. I played it before and I made money on it. But honestly, uh, if you want to own the stock, you better have a long-term horizon because we don't know how long COVID's going to last, obviously. Apple shipments of its MacBook computers will rise more than 20% this quarter compared to the prior 3 months, according to a story in tech publication DigiTimes Supply Chain Sources. We'll take a look at Apple here in a second. Let me go and bring it up. Apple was also price upgraded today, 388.72, new all-time high. That's my largest position in my portfolio. So Apple, just like Jim Cramer says, who is one of my favorite people in the world, uh, just own it, don't trade it. Absolutely. Walt Disney. Goldman Sachs initiated coverage of Disney with a buy rating, saying street consensus underestimates the profitability of the company's Disney Plus streaming service. I have the 120 calls. It was a signal for our Discord members. So we are in the money. We are green, and we were up 20% at close on Friday. We should be able to hit at least 60, 70%, if not a bag, which is 100% at the open. So we'll take profit in the morning. Also, Pfizer, the drug maker, said two of their COVID-19 vaccine candidates received fast track, quote unquote, designation status from the Food and Drug Administration, meaning those treatments will receive expedited FDA review. So, good news for Pfizer. I own that stock too, very light position. Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma cut his stake in the China-based online retail giant over the past year to 4.8 from 6.2 to an annual filing. The shares sold by Ma are worth about 8.2 billion at current market prices. And the last one here, Moderna. Moderna Jeffries rates the drug maker as a buy. New coverage based on an expectation of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine candidate will be approved and could generate about 5 billion in orders in the next few years. That's Jeffries. I've said regarding these kind of vaccine stocks is just only IBB. Moderna is an IBB, so is Pfizer. So again, IBB is the biotech ETF. It's easier just to hold the basket of the vaccine companies and just play it that way. This is my contention. One more here. Costco warehouse retailer was rated overweight in a new coverage by Atlantic Equities with a 375 price target. The firm calls Costco a high quality retailer with predictable profitability driven by recurring membership fees. I agree with that. I used to own Costco. I sold it and I actually bought Amazon. So, and Amazon is green pre-market as well. So a lot of initiation, a lot of coverage here as everyone comes back from vacation. Let's go ahead and read you some price coverage updates. Netflix, uh, Netflix is up 2.9% pre-market after two more brokerage hiked their price target. Wedbush boosts Apple target to 450 ahead of massive iPhone cycle. Let's see what else. Pepsi beat their quarterly revenue. Their earnings report was today. $1.32 EPS versus the estimate of $1.25. They're up 3% pre-market. Jeffries raises their price target on Facebook to 285 from 250. I own that stock as well. And let's see. Netflix price target raised to 625 from 500 at BMO Capital. Keeps outperform rating. I own that as well. Amazon price target raised 3430 from 2500 at Barclays. Keeps overrate rating. And one more for Barclays. Facebook price target raised to 275 from 260 at Barclays. Keeps the overweight rating. I got a couple more. I got two more here. Alphabet price target raised to 1600 from 1400 at Barclays. I had it here on the bottom window here. GOOGL, 1555 a share currently. And Amazon price target raised to 3430, 2500 from Barclays. And Apple was raised. We talked about that 450 at Woodbush. That's a lot of price targets. But again, it's big cap tech. Everyone pretty much owns this in their index fund. So I thought it was important. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over E-mini futures with you guys. Again, very big level, 3,200 psychological number, that kind of ceiling that we wanted to break. Looking here at the 1 hour chart, you could see kind of a consolidation here, right around 3,180 to 3,100, kind of an 80 handle consolidation. And you had another consolidation here about 3 weeks ago, same deal, 3,140 to around 3,060, about another 100 handle move, 80 handles. Finally broke above 3,200. So what's your move now? So you got that break here. So what's the next level you want to take a look at? So let's take a look at it together. 32.35 is that ceiling that we had, that previous resistance from that blockbuster NFP number, and then we had a fall. So 32.35 is really the next level to break. If 32.35 breaks, we will hit all-time highs, 33.97 by the end of this year. And I've been calling for all-time highs to tap it at least by the end of this year and do a full recovery this year. I've been saying it on the podcast. I've been saying it to our members. And I think you stay bullish here, guys. I mean, Fed is flooding with liquidity. Big cap tech is now the safest place to put your money. They're the ones that make the most money. They're the heaviest weighted. People could say, oh, overbought all day. But again, when you have tons of cheap money sloshing around, this pushes people to invest their money. If not, they're going to get really crappy yields and returns. If you look at a savings account online, I have an Ally savings account, just regular savings. It pays 1%. Basically, it used to be 1.7, now it's 1%. My Citibank savings account, where I have my savings as well, pays a quarter point. It's nothing. That's terrible. So you definitely want to stay invested. If anything, again, I've been a bull. I've been looking for opportunities to buy. It's difficult when stocks keep going up. You always want to buy in pullbacks, not on the rise. So just kind of watching the portfolio grow and just playing options, bull options, the way it is. Call options, the way to go. That's what I've been doing. So that's what we've been doing. So 32.35 is your next level to the upside on E-mini futures. With that being said, let's answer some questions. I know it was a lot. Good morning, Dark Star. Any recommendations for stock today? Any long today? Yes, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Disney I already have. I want to take a look at Apple. Apple would be something I would want to see. Take a look at those 400 calls. They could be interesting. If you're looking for any kind of lotto play, Tesla 2500s could be something. They have a lot of open interest. Again, that's supply. So again, if you want to do a lotto, 2500 on Tesla could be it. If you break 1700 today, it could definitely keep going. So 2500s, if you want to play, could be very cheap. Doesn't have to hit 2500, but either way. Apple 400s, I really like. Microsoft, interesting. The 220s are very interesting. They report next week. That could be a play. I'm in Google for next week. That's when I did on my personal. I'm in 1600 calls. I'm up 70% on them. I'm probably going to close it this week anyways. So again, you probably missed the train on that, but it's a nice breakout. 1600 calls may be a little expensive, maybe around $6, $5 each. Oh, not probably like around $8 each. I pay like 5 from. So if there's one more, you could take a look. You could always take a look at Q's. Take a look at the 270 calls. Could be interesting. SPY at 330, 320, 21. If you're playing that break of that 32.23 level, 32.25 level, you want to play the 322 calls on SPY. I would advise against it. I'd rather be an Apple this go around at 389. Facebook looks very nice for that breakout. Remember I was talking about that ascending triangle, 346.90. I'd probably play the 250s, maybe the 250, 250s on Facebook with that price upgrade. Could be very interesting. Amazon is just way too expensive. I'd skip, but I would go with Q's, Facebook, and Apple. Stick with what works. Tesla, if you want a lotto play, if you're really feeling it, that'd be the only other one I'd play this week. So basically, Apple, Q's, and Facebook. Thoughts on a banks will do this week? I don't know about banks, honestly. All I own is JPM. Remember, no more dividends, they can't increase, no more buybacks. It's tough. So I'm actually pretty bearish when it comes to the banks this quarter. That might be a buying opportunity. So again, take a look at maybe some of the banks that you were interested in buying. The only bank I don't recommend, I would want to stay away like the plague, is Wells Fargo. Tesla is beast, absolutely. I forgot to sell MD last week. Do I continue to hold? I'm down 37%. I'm holding mines and I'm fine. I mean, I have the 60 calls. We should get a nice little break to the upside. It is green pre-market, and with that maximum deal, I'd hold it. Unless you are really terrified about it and you went too heavy, then just close it. How do we play Tesla calls this week then? The only thing I would play again, lotto play. 2,500 calls. Again, pure lotto. That's on gold progress the next couple of months. I think gold continues to go up as the Fed floods the market with more cash. So again, I'm still bullish on gold. I own gold miners and I own gold coins. Thoughts on Nasdaq, Apple calls? 400. Yep, that's what I just said. Thoughts on Apple, JPM, Amazon leaps? I only would go with Apple there. Amazon's too expensive. Roku is on my shit list. I've been saying that to people. I own the stock, but I've been burned every time I played it recently. So I'll give it another week before I play it again. Uh, let's see. Watch list. Yeah, I would say Apple, Q's, and Facebook. You have too much money being pumped to the US. USD is appreciating. Well, USD is appreciating, but not as bad as any other country. Dollars are still the king. But why do you guys post your record this week but not last month when you guys are getting crushed? Seems dishonest. Actually, we did, Mark. You may have missed it. We post it every week. I mean, if you just want to go by what you want to see, that's called scotoma. I tells you what you want to see. But again, we're pretty transparent. If you just want to know what we have, just ask. It's very simple. Oh, there's always someone saying something negative. That's the life. That's life. Thoughts on Beyond. I have 125 puts on downgrade news of last week. 125 puts on Beyond. Yeah, I'd rather not play Beyond, but again, a descending triangle there. There was a gap to fill. It did fill it right around 133.43. I wouldn't have played it. I would have waited for that 130 break. So I would just, I mean, I'd probably just close that thing to be honest with you. Go, okay, guys. Let's be cordial to people. People can ask questions. It's okay. No issues with Mark. Mark has a question, and I answered it. No problem. So again, the watch list for today for me is Apple, Q's, and Facebook. Facebook, I really, really like that ascending triangle there, that break. So let's take a look at it. This is what I'm watching. Facebook, that ascending triangle is an absolute beast. I love that kind of setup. And again, I think a continuation, 250s could be in play. If we look at Apple, I mean, just continue to the upside. It chugs along. Nice gap up. I would say maybe the 400s could be interesting. That'd be something I'd play on it. I was long on it last week anyways. And Qs, I mean, you could probably play the 268s or the 269s. 270s may be difficult, but again, if you play the 270s, it has to be today, and you need to get a good push there. So there you go. No, in your live last week, you said you're not going to post it anymore. Again, I have a marketing department. You talking about the 10K challenge? Yeah, I actually had a couple of people DM me, and they asked me, "Hey, how does the 10K challenge do?" I sent it to them. Again, if you want something, there's a way to ask. Again, we could post, my marketing department post whatever they want. That's how they do it. As long as I said to them, as long as nothing too political, nothing, anything hateful, nothing negative, that's all. But again, that's really up to them. Puts on Wayfair for their pedophile news. I heard about that, and I'd rather just stay away on that. Look at that; it's actually green pre-market, so I was actually up from the bottom at 215. So I would just stay away. Thoughts on PayPal? I actually bought some shares on PayPal, and I'm actually long the name. It's right on the 50-day moving average. Was right about where I bought it. I bought it at the 100-day moving average. It's at the 50. I like it long. When it comes to options, I rarely play them. Oh, Darkstar says, love your work. Keep it up. I've recently joined the Discord. Welcome aboard. What do you think about SPY bet you posted yesterday? That SPY bet is a very bullish bet, and I actually agree with it. I would not play with it. I don't like playing those long calls, but I just buy SPY. Just me personally. But again, I'm bullish too, so I agree with it. And it's a hell of a call. That's a hell of a bet too. Disney just fell slightly down to 120.20. How do you feel about gold going up with the market? What does this mean moving forward? Gold indicates an unhealthy economy, if I'm not mistaken. No, gold is just a hedge against inflation. I mean, everyone accepts gold, but when was the last time you could buy something at a store with gold bars? Again, you still need fiat currency. Guys, the dollar's not going to be Zimbabwe. We're not going to be Zimbabwe. We're not going to be the Reich mark in the 1930s. That we're not going to be Venezuela. I mean, the dollar is still king. The dollar's accepted everywhere. Will it be slipping a little bit? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be, massive inflation or hyperinflation. That's not going to happen. Apple and Facebook look like the best ones to play. I would agree. Apple and Facebook, maybe Q's, but I would say Apple and Facebook are the ones on my top of my list. What about cost calls? 330 calls, 717. That's for this week. I rarely play Costco. It's actually not a bad play for the 330s. It's pretty close to the money. But again, you're not going to get a lot of movement. It's very chugging along. It's not a momentum name, which I like to play. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. If you're already in, hold it. I would not initiate a position on it. Robinhood kicked me out for trading. Any recommendation for a broker of day trading? Yes, you want TD Ameritrade. This is what I use. You see it right in front of you. If you have less than 25,000, make sure to have a tier 2 cash account. Tier 2 cash account. you have a tier 2 cash account, you don't have PDT issues. Just make sure no margin. What's up? I bought Tesla at 350 a share. Haha. I thought it was a bad decision. I bet you're a happy man today. Would you rather buying into cryptocurrency? I have cryptocurrency. I buy some every week, and I buy Bitcoin every week. The only one I buy. Only one I buy. And guys, make sure, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are at 3,643 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 4,000. Once we get to 4,000, we will do a live trading session with me. We did it last night for about 2 hours. Seems about pretty decent. We'll do another 2 hour trading session live with the live market data. And we're trying to get there, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like, and subscribe our videos. Really do appreciate it. 3,643. Let's get to 4,000. Get to 4,000. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Monday, and we'll catch you guys for tomorrow's morning note. We'll talk to you guys soon.